I didn't realize, such a weird and embarrassing thing to admit, but my life was just wrapped up in what Cody needed and what he wanted and what the family needed and wanted.
What a way to start letting us know about the tell-all. Hello, you guys. Welcome to another IQ Live. It is your girl, your host, IQ. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching on the replay. Today, basically a few hours ago, it just dropped like the sneak peek of part of what we're going to hear in the next episode, which is going to be the first tell-all. And I thought that it was a really fascinating one. I wanted to go over it with the group because I have a few questions. Christine has a revelation, and I like where she's going with this, I gotta say. And here's the thing. In the grand scheme of things, what Christine is saying is that she's realizing, I mean, I guess shocker, just exactly the depths of Cody's selfishness. And she said that she's kind of embarrassed by the revelation. She's embarrassed by it. So I thought that that was really interesting because Christine didn't just marry Cody, she admitted that she orbited him like a planet around the sun. And only to realize that the sun didn't know, didn't care, was spinning basically. And it was a painfully honest reflection. And she even admits that Cody wasn't really there. And she still planned for his arrival like he was on some royalty tour, right? Well, spoiler alert, the king rarely showed, we know this. And when he did, everyone had to rearrange their lives to roll out the red carpet. And we all know this, but I just love that Christine is coming to the realization, and it's probably because of her healthy relationship with David that she's realizing, oh my gosh, the things that I was doing, it seems so absurd now. Because Christine is coming to the realization that she was not even in a marriage. Like there wasn't a marriage to mourn because she wasn't a wife. She wasn't in a marriage. She was in customer service, customer relations. We already know about someone's best customer, but seriously, and this supposed, you know, uh, customer, quote unquote, he's entitled, he's emotionally unavailable, he's completely oblivious to the fact that he's treating these women besides Robin like a group project where only his parts matter, right? So Sukanya asked a very important question. I want to get into exactly what Christine said. Okay, which I find this very Kathy, I hope you're eating something good. Kathy said she's listening while she's eating. Oh my gosh, you guys are eating some really good things. Musings of an Unkept Mind, thank you for becoming a member, said, I am going to make coconut shrimp later. Oh, that sounds amazing. I love the coconut shrimp when you dip it in like that. I don't know what the marmalade, like the orange marmalade. That's so good. I'm actually making chili, so I might have to leave. It's like slow cooked for 2 hours. So I might have to take it off the pot if we're still rambling on here in a little bit. But I get that's so funny. Everyone's like in a cooking mood tonight. Okay. So let's just go over exactly what she said. And then I have a lot of points that I want to make with you guys. Let's just start with this. Okay. Here's what Christine's revelation is. She said, I didn't realize it's such a weird and embarrassing thing to admit, but my life was just wrapped up in what Cody needed and what he wanted and what the family needed and what the family wanted. And I was probably more fixated on that man. And then it sucks because Sukanya, she cut her off right at that moment. I wish she would let her finish her thought, but that's okay. But you know what it says here? I mean, she was thinking about everyone but herself, right? Obviously, David's giving her time to process and think about herself. I love that Christine is finally being able to really come to the realization of just how crappy her marriage really was and how much more amazing it is on the other side. Okay, so she said, so it was like, even when he wasn't there, I'd be thinking, okay, whenever he gets here, we're going to do this and this and this because he didn't just insert into my life. He didn't just do whatever we were doing. We had to change what we were doing to accommodate him. I mean, if that doesn't sound like Cody, I don't know what does, right? And she said, and that's not okay. 100% agree with you, Christine. We all agree with you here. That's not fair. 1,000%. That's making it so our lives are focused on him. And that's frustrating to me. And it's embarrassing that I lived it. Well, girl, there is nothing to be embarrassed about. I really wish that Christine wasn't embarrassed because you get so bamboozled by the narcissist. It's not her fault. It's not her fault in the slightest. Because what Christine signed up for was a partnership. You know, that cute thing where, I mean, it's more than two people in polygamy, right? But where there's equal value, where you're supposed to navigate life side by side. But what she got was this front row seat to the Cody show. And the Cody show, if you guys didn't know, and I'm sure you do know because you've had a front row seat, is it's a traveling performance of ego and selective outrage and grandiose speeches about family values when really the values only matter when they center around him. And it was like Christine was the stage manager. She was the set designer. She was the audience. She did the applause. She held the sign, to the live audience. It's like applause, clap now. It was all in one. She was like living the ultimate unpaid internship, except with this one, there's no benefits. There's no 401k because Cody dipped into that. Or if there was, he took it all and his wife to buy dolls. So I just want to go over again, okay? Because this is so Cody that everyone has to kowtow to him. And I remember all the instances because Christine talks about it, Mary talks about it, Janelle talks about it. And each one of their stories, I'm telling you guys, is going to enrage you even more just thinking about it. Okay. Let's just start with Mary because it's not just, there's nothing for Christine to be embarrassed about. He did it with all of them except Robin. So let's hear Mary's account because it's just enraging how belittling Cody is here about Mary's dream. And it's a perfect example of exactly what Christine's talking about. Perfect example.
It's interesting, when you realize that something that was so meaningful that your partner really had no idea. I really could care less.
Stonehenge? There's got to be other places that were cool.
That's pretty cool.
I guess.
So this has been Mary's dream for 25 years. And there is Cody poo-pooing it, doesn't go. Of course, right? Because as Christine said, it's whatever he needs. And it wasn't even about the schedule. It's not even about Cody coming over. Hold on. Let me go back to what she said. Yes, it's not okay, Christine, and it's not fair. She was fixated on him. Where is it? He didn't just do whatever we were doing. We had to change what we were doing to accommodate him. That's exactly, I mean, Mary couldn't even in 25 years, Cody, you couldn't find the time to do anything for her that she wants to do. None of her dreams, none of her aspirations. It's just him. Right, Mama Celeste? I couldn't have said it better. Stonehenge is way cooler than a cabinet full of dolls. Agreed. 1,000%. So let's hear Janelle's perspective because I thought that this was interesting too. So Janelle feels the same way. Listen to Janelle talk about Cody being a jerk.
I honestly have found Cody will forget things that are important to me that I've been talking about unless he's interested in it, or he can use it as somehow leverage to say, you need to do this and we can do this. You need to do this so we can go to Ireland.
I mean, this man is so frustrating. I mean, if you want to talk about flexibility, right? Especially having to twist yourself in a pretzel for Cody, because it seems like that's what you have to do. All of these women, well, for the most part, at some point, we're doing these mental backflips to somehow cater to the man that was supposed to be their partner. But instead, he treats people like a sidekick. Not people, his wives at the time. It's not someone's job to cater to his every whim and shuffle their schedule and suppress their own needs to make him feel like he's the king of his disgusting purple castle. It's like these women were in this never-ending episode of How Can I Make Cody Comfortable Today, starring Cody Brown. Can you imagine? Like, she's in charge of everything, but nothing at the same time because it all mattered as far as what he thought was important. And she had to constantly balance that, that act. And Christine, I'm sorry, none of the wives were, well, none of the OG3 were supported. None of them. So Christine said it best as well. I mean, she kind of just reaffirmed what she was saying with her revelation, but it's so true.
Wanted to do things with Cody, you really had to live in his world and do things in his world and what he was interested in. And with what you were interested in, not so much. Not really.
That's horrible. Not really. Like, what kind of partnership is that? I can't even imagine. So Kanye asked an amazing question that I really want to focus on and ask you guys. But first, I don't know if you noticed, but I asked you guys, and thank you for doing it. I asked you guys, hey, can you find the clip of Cody playing board games with his family? And it might have sounded random, but I was working on something behind the scenes. I was fixing a remix that I needed to do, and it is perfect to play for tonight. There's two that we're going to play for tonight. One I just need to show you now before we get into more, but I found it so fitting for today, what Christine's talking about, Cody being an absolute jerk. So let me tell you, I found the clip. Thank you guys for showing it. Thank you for finding it. Let's play this because it's very relevant, and then we will get into the rest. So let me know if you guys like the remix on this one.
Let's just say we've lived here for 800 days. He went hiking with us once. How many days have you spent with us? Like full days?
I was not here before COVID. I don't have time to play like she has time to play. 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 You're telling me I'm never around.
That's 3 times he's gone with us. 3 out of 800.
I was here for full days regularly. I remember full days here. Like, what are you doing all day? It's certainly not cooking and cleaning. I don't have time to play like she has time to play. 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 I got a lot of work to do and a lot of responsibilities. Play. I don't have time to play like she has time to play. I don't get this. Listen, there's nothing to say here.
Wow. What did you guys think of the remix? Thank you. Sharon says, like number 53. Did you hit the like button yet? Please, if you have not hit the like button. I thought that was very fitting. I hope you guys liked the remix. Seriously, he does what he wants to do when he wants to do it. And it's ridiculous. It's seriously ridiculous. How did Robin do it? Remember all the times like she took that basket out and they were like on the bedroom floor and they were looking at photos, and that's what he did for her when he would come home. There was no way in hell that that's something that Cody wanted to do. I'm sorry. That was Robin's idea, and he's fine with going along with what she wants. Oh, that makes me sad. Saunders says, raising truly is time to play. Right? Right? Good question. Belly button, yes. Belly button, thank you. Okay. So let's listen to Cody's excuse because of course it's enraging. Here is his excuse for everything. But the thing is, Cody's excuse doesn't apply to Robin. So why is it that he somehow says he forgets things with the other three, but not Robin?
There are certain things I'm just going to remember, and there are certain things that just aren't going to matter to me, even if they do matter to you. Sometimes it's just selective memory.
That face, you guys, it looks so smackable. Not that I would, I'm just saying it looks smackable. Maybe a little bit punchable. I'm just saying it looks it. Not that I would do anything, okay? But I really want to. He makes no sense. Cody, if that was true, then you would do the same thing with Robin, and you care about everything that she does. So I don't believe it. I don't believe it, which leads me to this question, because Sakanya asked a really, really good question, and I want to ask you guys about it. I want to pose it to the group because I was like, man, this is a really good question, and I want to know what you guys think. Okay, so listen to what Sakanya asked. And he said, agree. We all agree it does look smackable. I don't know if I've seen a more smackable face. Just saying. So listen to the question that Sakanya asked. I think it's a good one.
Feel that he didn't respect you?
I don't know if he would feel like he would need to. I don't know. Maybe in some roles, maybe in some ways he did.
I mean, do you think, we've never really, I don't know if we've ever talked about respect. Do you think that Cody respects, we know he respects Robin. Do you think that part of it was that he did not respect the other women? What do you think? What do you think that was? Do you really think that it was just the narcissism, or do you think that there was also part of just disrespect? He did not respect them the same way that he respected Robin. It's a good. Okay. Kathy said Cody only respects himself. He uses Robin. Okay. Okay. Fair. What do you guys think? Because here's the part that stings like a bee with a chip on its shoulder. Okay. When Christine asked if Cody respected her, it was interesting because her response wasn't a yes, but it wasn't a no either. But it wasn't a shrug. It was like, well, would he even have to think that he had to? Like, let that marinate for a second, because Christine spent like close to 20, 30 years with this man, sharing a life with this man who didn't even put respect on the table. This is a woman who literally had 6 of his children, managed a household, and tried her best to navigate the madness of this polygamous marriage. And she was left asking herself, would he even consider respecting me? And that, my friends, is the psychological killer, because he didn't need to. He didn't think that he should. So, who is Cody really respecting? His ego, and his ego alone. But I do think that he respects Robin. I mean, I know it's probably going to be debatable, but I think he respects Robin, but none of the other wives. What do you guys think? But I think that that's a moment when Christine realized what so many of us can relate to. Okay, so that's why, Christine, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. Like, you were opening the door for conversations with relationships, and terrible relationship, and unhealthy relationships. And the fact that you are opening up this dialogue is such a blessing. You have no idea. And not only that, I'm sure that you gave so many women and men strength to leave a relationship that they felt that they should deserve, like that they deserved better. I really do believe that. Raiders Mom, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for supporting little old me and this channel. Raiders Mom said, a face you want a high five with a chair. Oh my God. Don't tell anybody. Raiders Mom, that is shady as hell. Oh my goodness. Thanks for the support, girl. But it's very relatable. Christine, you being vulnerable is helping so many women. So please, that is nothing to be embarrassed about. You should be proud that you're realizing your wrongs and you're trying to make it right. And you're giving us warning signs to look out for, because this isn't just a playbook in polygamy. This could be happening. This may be happening to some of you right now. When you're in a relationship with someone who is emotionally absent and you've stopped being seen as equal, and you become this service provider for their needs. Guess what? That stops being a healthy relationship. That starts being like part of a business where the customer's always right. It's starting to become a job, not a partnership. Cody was being neglectful with Christine. And he was just doing everything that Cody does, being Cody, being that stupid gravitational pull of his own universe. And confident, until Christine left, that everyone would happily orbit around him and that it was like the bee's knees. It didn't matter how cold or how distant or dismissive he became. He thought that his family would always bend to his whims. But I am so glad, Christine, we thank you for breaking that orbit, because once you did, girl, the world didn't just shift, okay? It moved mountains, and you found David. You found the man that you deserved. Because seriously, the moment that Christine left, it was amazing. It was a mic drop moment. Walking away from Cody on national TV, Christine didn't just blow up the family, okay? She ended the circus, and we were all here for it. And I'm so glad, like, this is a huge glow up, and it's like an emotional glow up that she's realizing how really, I mean, I know that she got it before, but really sitting down and really doing that self-reflection when all the anger is gone and the frustration and the resentment, like that 2-3 years after a breakup, it's just different when you look back and you reflect on things. It's just different, and she's now reclaiming that part of her life. I love that. I love that for her. So we know that Cody, in the end, she wanted a partner. He wanted a fan club. Cody wanted the wives who clapped for him. Hercules, Hercules, when he walked into a room. And Christine wanted a partner like most normal people do. She wanted a partner that would sit beside her and look in her eyes and ask, hey, what do you need today? What are we going to do today? Walk through the door. What would you like to do today? Instead of catering to his needs. She may not have imagined what it felt like back then, but she sure as hell knows what it feels like now because of David. Cody wanted validation for the absolute bare minimum, which I guess is like breathing. He didn't show up to be a partner. He showed up to be celebrated and worshiped and gawked over. No questions asked. No real effort was required. And I don't think he ever expected that one day that one of his wives would say, hey, buddy, guess what? You're not the king. You're not the show. You're a man child. And you're the sidekick. I am the star and I'm leaving. And the real tragedy out of it, I don't think he's ever going to get it. I don't think so. So I say cheers to Christine, the woman who said, you know what? I am done being your disgusting backup dancer. And she decided to take the spotlight for herself. So, Cody, you keep looking for your stupid applause. I guess you have it in your empath queen. But Christine, she is out here living her best life with her best husband without needing your approval. Because guess what? She is enough. And those stupid tests that you put onto everyone else and everyone else has to orbit you, she's being worshipped now. And I'm glad for her. And honestly, that is the real mic drop. Thank you, musings. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Well, it's too late for that. It's too late for that. So I thought that was actually super interesting. Hold on. Kathy said, we need Janelle to show the house being built and her moving on with him. And she smashed his picture. Wait, what? We need Janelle to show the house being built and her moving on. Like moving on from him. And she, the picture, his big picture. I get it. Okay. I see what you're saying. Picture as in how they don't say picture. Okay. That is a good one. Oh my goodness. So yeah, Christine, nothing to be embarrassed about. We love you, girl. And I like the revelation. So it's going to be interesting to see what else comes up in the tell-all. I'm sure they're going to drop more snippets and then we can go over that. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think that do you think that Cody respected any of the wives? Do you think he respects Robin? I really do. I really want to know. Do you think that he respects Robin? Do you think he respected any of the other wives? And was there a time that maybe he did respect them and then it fell off? I want to know your thoughts. Maybe we can dive into that a little bit deeper because I feel like that's a pretty comprehensive question that's probably going to have comprehensive answers. But let your girl know. I do want to know. So anyway, thank you guys for coming. Cody is deserved the Deadbeat song, which we are going to play, which I have ready because it's very fitting for this particular episode. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for coming. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys.
Tell the whole world. Tell the world. And then go hang out with your buddy, Christine.
Each describe Cody in 3 words.
Just 3.
Yes.
Deadbeat dad. Sorry, that's 2, but deadbeat dad and deadbeat, he is selfish. Deadbeat.
You haven't seen one of them for a year.
Deadbeat.
This is about a deadbeat dad.
You're hurting this family,
Deadbeat.
no one else. You're not loyal, just like your mother. And I was like, okay.
Why are you angry with your children? You haven't seen 2 of them for 5 months.
Deadbeat.
I'm going to move forward and find happiness and joy outside of my club.
Each describe Cody in 3 words.
Just 3.
Yes.
Deadbeat dad. Sorry, that's 2, but deadbeat dad and deadbeat.
The rest of the kids don't really have much of any kind of connection with
Deadbeat.
him.
You haven't seen one of them for a year.
Deadbeat.
This is about a deadbeat dad.
Deadbeat.
Why are you angry with your children?
Deadbeat, he is selfish. Deadbeat,
He seems to be sort of like, I don't know, like the reality is bewildering to him, kind of.
deadbeat.
Divorced, and then the father just goes
Deadbeat.
MIA.
A deadbeat dad speaks from prison and explains the question so many people are asking. What went wrong?
Let's just say we've lived here for 800 days. He went hiking with us once.
How many days have you spent with us? Like full days?
I was not here before COVID. I don't have time to play like she has time to play. 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 You're telling me I'm never around.
That's 3 times he's gone with us. 3 out of 800.
I was here for full days regularly. I remember full days here. Like, what are you doing all day? It's certainly not cooking and cleaning. I don't have time to play like she has time to play. 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 I got a lot of work to do and a lot of responsibilities. Play. I don't have time to play like she has time to play. I don't get this. Listen, there's nothing to say here.